Just really proud not only of these two guys beside me, but our team in general. I thought we played hard tonight for the most part. We competed. They were good about listening to what we did from a scouting standpoint, not just in this game, but I think in the last 3 to 4, and that's a really good team. I mean, when you look at those guys, I mean, you see Horkler and Aminu both got 22 and 25, and what's different about that team than our team is those guys have been playing together. This is some of their third year now, and obviously it's his first year and his first year, so to be able to win a game against a really veteran team that got us pretty good at their place, I think tonight's a really, really good win.
Mike, like you said, they got you guys good up there. It seems like every time they come here, it's a drag-out, knockout, brawl, and it was no different tonight. We changed a bunch second half. How critical was it to see this group playing a team a second time like them? Difficult to defend. Adjust to, kind of like you were saying, communication, because there was some switches that were kind of
yeah, there was a lot that we missed on. We'll have a lot of teaching points, but again, I just think these guys, and we've said this about our team this year, the goal is for us to continue to get better every day. We're not worried about what's happened in the past. We're not worried about anything except what's right in front of us. Tomorrow I'm going to go home and watch some NJIT, and then we'll continue to, hey, how can we get better with this team? And I think that's our biggest focus right now. Not last year's team, not next year's team. How can we get better with this team? And I think both of these guys specifically are doing a great job of buying into that and being leaders for us in the locker room. But our group as a whole tonight, I thought, did a tremendous job being locked in. And yes, we missed on some switches, but when you mess up communication-wise, that's when you got to dig in and go get an extra rebound, go get a loose ball. And I thought we did that for the most part tonight.
It seemed like the last 8 minutes in particular, 50-50 balls, deflections, things kind of swung in your guys' favor.
Yeah.
And they had to dig in because, especially after the disappointment of Lipscomb, they played so well.
Yep.
Seeing that kind of similar situation as far as like time and score, and Caleb obviously stepped up. It was like 6 minutes there.
Well, here's what I said this, on the ESPN broadcast, and he knows I think this about him, and this is the same way with Shadrac. I mean, Caleb's in the gym early every morning. He stays after practice and shoots. So when guys put the work in, and I've told him this even in recruiting him, when really good players put the work in, then I can rest easy because I know even if he misses 3 or 4 in a row, I'm fully confident the next one's going in because I see him putting the work in. And I think now all that extra hard work that he's put in is starting to pay off. And Mr. Casimir here, I always feel good when he lets one go in general.
Shadrac, you started out real hot. It seemed to kind of spread throughout, I would say, second half going forward, including this guy over here to your right there. How much growth has there been, especially from, I would say, Caleb and Zach in particular? You've kind of seen it. You're a veteran leader.
The growth has been, tremendous because, we were hit with a lot of unfortunate injuries early. So, guys that, freshmen had to play a bigger role than, normal freshmen won't really be asked to play. So everybody on the roster had to step up because, we lost a lot of bodies. So couldn't be more proud of my group and how they're starting to grow and mature.
Caleb, I've seen it for the last few years. I've noticed every game you are getting more comfortable out there. And as a group, I think these last 4 games in particular, we've seen better ball movement out of this group and just better fight. Is it just a matter of, for yourself and Zach in particular, just getting some more minutes because of all the injuries you guys have had? Just that comfort level, it seems like you're in a much better place than you were even, I'd say, about a month ago.
Yeah, for sure. I think preparation has a lot to do with it. Just always staying prepared and being ready for whatever role coach tells me to go in at. But I think Zach's been huge for us the whole season, I think, and then I'm trying to come along as well. So,
Mike, I mean, those 2 freshmen in particular, they're having to kind of grow. They don't have much of a choice with this situation so far this season. How rewarding has it been to see how far they've come in such a short amount of time? And it's definitely brought the level of play for the whole group up, for sure.
Well, I mean, we thought, when we signed both of them, we've kind of seen both of those guys. We've always had kind of great backcourt tandem since I've been here, Comer and Thompson, and then Terrell and Johnson, and then you add Goodwin, and we kind of thought from a long-term perspective, we knew what he was going to be able to bring because he's had such a good career at Iona, but we felt like Zach and Caleb could potentially become that next kind of dynamic duo in the backcourt, and they've done a great job of taking Ced's leadership, and they're very coachable, and both those guys, great students. They represent what we want this program to be about, no different than Cedric. But I'm not surprised because, when we signed those guys, both Zach and Caleb, I was as excited about getting those guys as any two guys that we brought here in the history of the program. So it's great. You feel a little better sometimes as a coach. You go, okay, I wasn't wrong on that one. But they are what we thought they were, is the best way to say it. They're both good shooters. They've got great IQs, and more than anything, and I think this goes for Cedric too, but for both those guys, they're winners. Zach Scott won 2 state championships. Caleb led his team to a state Final Four. Those two guys know how to win. And so does Cedric, and I think that's starting to show through. When it's winning time, we want guys on the court that have been in those situations and can help carry us.
I thought Troy might have been maybe his best overall game, just from a standpoint of putting them kind of in a soft spot, and he was making good decisions for the most part. Second half, I thought he was really important on the boards as well. Just effort level from him, I think, is gotten better. Would you agree with that?
For sure, and we all know this about Troy. Since day one, Cedric's been on him, and Caleb knows this. He's as gifted physically of a guy as I've ever been around, and that's what we've been trying to get him to buy into, is playing hard every possession and going and rebounding the ball. And in Troy's defense, I think sometimes people forget about this. Yes, he was a highly ranked recruit and all that, but he really didn't play at UNLV. He was injured most of the year, and he was a freshman. Most freshmen don't get a lot of opportunity. So Troy, though he's really gifted and he's a little bit older because he's a transfer, this is really his first year of playing college basketball. And so I think he's still figuring out, and these guys know I'm on him. I was on him today in shoot-around about doing everything at full speed and doing everything correctly. And, if he can continue to develop, the sky's the limit for him as a player as long as he continues to buy into all of that.
Ced, you've been on a pretty big scoring tier the last 4 games. Do you feel more comfortable in the offense? What do you think is contributing to your success lately?
Just trying to take what the defense gives me. I think we're growing as a group. That's just the looks that's been going so far. The last 4 games, I've been hot. Maybe the next 4 games will be somebody else. We just try to take what the defense gives us every game to find the hot game.
Good. Thank you, guys.